got it? Need more time? Say, hey, preacher. Amen. Joshua is in the Old Testament. Still hear pages turning. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Joshua, the 5th chapter. Beginning at verse number 1. And it reads, it says this, it says, and it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their hearts melted, neither was there spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. At that time the Lord said unto Joshua, make these sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskin. Somebody say ouch. Ouch. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Egypt that were male, even all the men of war, died in the wilderness by the way, after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness till all the people that were men of war which came out of Egypt were consumed because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, unto whom the Lord sware that he would not show them the land which the Lord sware unto their fathers that he would give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey. And their children whom he raised up in their stead, them Joshua circumcised, for they were uncircumcised because they had not circumcised them by the way. And it came to pass that when they had done circumcising all the people, they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole. And the Lord said unto Joshua, this day I have rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you. Wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgal until this day. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even the plains of Jericho. And they did eat of the old corn of the land. And on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the selfsame day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. Maybe I need you to pray for me because I did not get ink from my printer and I am using my laptop and pop-ups have already started. So pray for me. It may be a pause here or there this morning, but I believe the Lord's word will still have to say. And so I would like to use, if I could, tag this text this morning, simply the proper way to enter 2019. The proper way to enter 2019. Interesting, as you look at this particular text, you must go back to understand to get the whole capsule of what is going on here in the 5th chapter of the book of Jeremiah. We go back when the children of Israel were in Egypt. Now, when they were in Egypt, they were in bondage. They were not at some hot springs having a mud bath chilling. They were in bondage, so much so that they called out to the Lord with loud and heavy hearts, saying, Lord, please deliver us. And the Bible says that the Lord had heard their prayer. The Lord rose up a man to be becoming what he needed them to be. And so he goes to Pharaoh and he tells Pharaoh, God says, let my people go. Pharaoh says, there is no way I'm going to let the people go. And so what God ends up having to do is he challenges the top 10 gods of Egypt. And he sends these plagues. Now, when you hear about these plagues going to Egypt, what it is God challenging the top 10 gods of Egypt. And what God is endeavoring to do, because he's all powerful, because he's everywhere at all times, because he knows everything, that means he can do anything he wants to do, anywhere, at any time. And so the question may be asked, why does God, this God that can do anything he wants to, anywhere, at any time, why does he take the time to challenge 10 gods of the Egyptians? Why does he take the time to go 10 places when he can just snap a finger, when he can just speak a word and everything will be as he desired? I submit to you what God does before he brings Israel out of Egypt. He's trying to get the Egypt out of Israel. Before he pulls Israel out of Egypt, takes him to a place that is flowing with milk and honey. Before he does that, he says, before you get over here, I got to make sure I get all of that out of you over here. So when you get over here, you won't have that problem in the place of promise. And so he challenges the top 10 gods of Israel. And one by one, he single-handedly defeats all of these gods with these different plagues. And then at the end, Pharaoh says, I'm still not going to let your people go. And so what God does is he tells the people of Israel, he says, what I need you to do is I need you to take a lamb. I need you to take that lamb, kill that lamb, and take that precious blood, and I need you to sprinkle it or to put it on the doorpost of your house. So what's going to happen tonight, the death angel is going to come through, and whoever does not have this blood, the death angel will not pass over the house, and the firstborn will be taken. I submit to you that that was a foreshadowing of Calvary's cross, because Jesus is coming back, and his blood, the same blood that ran down from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, is the blood that we as Christians have to be covered with when Christ comes back. Because if we're not covered, we shall suffer. With the world. There's a song that says there is a fountain filled with blood drawn from Emmanuel's veins, and sinners beneath this blood lose all their guilty stains. You have to be covered with the blood. And so the Bible says that as the doors were covered, the death angel came through and he took the firstborn of all those that were not covered in blood. And Pharaoh's son was one of those that were taken. Now Pharaoh, he has a change of heart. He says, you know what? You, the Israelites, y'all dogs and cats, all y'all can get up out of Egypt. Get out of here. Go now. And so the Bible says that they are on their way. They're going to where God is showing them. Nobody knows which way. Nobody knows they're being led by the Lord himself. But then they get to an issue when they come upon the Red Sea, where they have Mount Bethsaphon on the right, Mount Perif on the left. You have water in the front, and then you have a fierce army behind. What do you do? What do you do when you're boxed in? You can't go to the left. You can't go to the right. You can't see the future, and you definitely don't want to go back. What do you do? The question is that you just keep doing what God has told you to do. God didn't say go up a mountain. God didn't say turn around. God simply said go forward. And when you look in Exodus at that particular account, it's like Moses himself tells the people to go forward. But then Moses turns around and has a conversation with the Almighty. And the conversation that he has, he simply says, God says to Moses, he says, why are you crying to me? I told you to walk forward. And I can hear Moses as the pastor of the children of Israel saying, but Lord, there's water here. God says, I told you to go forward. So as Moses is being obedient to the Lord, it might not have happened right then, but as he keeps walking out into the water, sooner or later, the waters break. The waters break and they walk through on dry ground. Israelites withdrew his mercy to the Egyptians, and he closed the water. The Bible says that he closed the water. All of the Egyptians drowned. Their bodies washed upon the shore. So now you have the children of Israel out of abundant situation. They're going towards a land flowing with milk and honey. They have money. They have clothes. They have jewelry. Look how God has blessed them. And they're going to a place that flows with milk and honey. I'm coming to the text. As they are walking, God is trying to show them. God is trying to show them who he is. It's interesting. God, he takes the time to show them who he is. He's patient with them. He's kind to them. He's long-suffering. Even in the midst of all of the murmuring, he's trying to show them who he is. Aren't you so glad that God is not like you? Where people get on your nerves and you cut them off. You tell them to go left and they go right, and you will cut them off. But God, he does it different. He tells us what to do. Even though we try to do our own thing, he's patient, he's kind, and he's long-suffering. And so as he's walking with the children of Israel, he leads them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and he leads them by night by a pillar of fire. And it's interesting that when they come to the waters of Marah, the Bible says that the water was very, very bitter. But he told them to throw over some branches into the water, and it made it sweet water. God, he can change water. Amen. You go on a little further, you find that they were murmuring because there was no meat. Lord, you brought us out here to eat these vegetables. That probably was me. Amen. You brought me out here to eat these vegetables. Where is the meat? Where is the meat? And so what God does is he causes quails to come, so much so that they are being overflown with quail. God brings meat into the situation. God shows them who he is. Oh man, I am walking with God. God, he shows them who he is. They understood that he was Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. He was Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals. He was Jehovah Nisi, the Lord who is our banner. He was Jehovah Shalom, the Lord who is our peace. He was Jehovah Ra, the Lord who is the way, of the Lord who is my shepherd. And you know what, Sister Nadine? I've been walking with the Lord a long time, and I told him in Oakland years ago that when I walk with the Lord, he's been so much to me. I call him Jehovah El Alderito. Amen. And that means Lord God, who is all of that and a bag of chips. Amen. He takes the time to show you who he is. And so here in this particular text, God had carried the children of Israel. After he carried the children of Israel, he gets them over to the Jordan, and now he has to consecrate this new band of the children of Israel. It's interesting, if you look at the text, it says in verse number 2, at the time the Lord said to Joshua, make these sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskin. Now, this is interesting. Let me help you a little bit. This is interesting because God didn't say, go and grab a razor blade. God didn't say, go grab a scalpel. God, what he called Joshua to do was to take a flint stone and to grind it into a knife. I know somebody say ouch. Amen. To grind it into a knife and to take the male genital and to circumcise the foreskin, to cut that skin off. Now, why does God do sacrifice.
Yes.
Salvation may be free,
Yes.
but it does not come without sacrifice. In other words, and this is a pun intended, in other words, as a Christian, you gotta have some type of skin in the game. As a Christian, you gotta have some type of skin in the game. And when I go to preach in other places, in our district, our diocese, sometimes in this church and other churches, there are people that sit in the pews while the word is being preached. Jesus is walking up and down the aisle, and they sit there like this. And I can immediately tell there's no skin in the game. Walking with the Lord is going to cost you something. Walking with the Lord is going to cost you some tears. It's going to cost you some pain. It's going to cost you some anger. Look, the Lord said that I will never leave you and I will never forsake you. All you got to do is hold on to His unchanging hand. And you have to look at this geographically. They crossed the Jordan. And they're right across the Jordan in the land of Canaan. Now, when you study the children of Israel and the land of Canaan, the deeper they go into Canaan, the harder the enemy is to fight. The deeper they go into Canaan, the harder the enemy is to fight. And so what God wants to do, He wants to make a mark on them to let them know that they are His. Not to be confused with the rest. They are His. And before we go too deep into enemy territory, I want you to make sure that you're mine. And as we stand at the cusp, of 2019, everybody name it and claim it. Call it and hold it. I want it, I'm going to get it. You know why prosperity gospel is so popular? You know why people gravitate? It's like magnetic to prosperity gospel. Because prosperity gospel does not require a sacrifice. Prosperity gospel does not require a sacrifice. We read earlier, David said in Psalms, what shall I render unto the Lord for all of His benefits towards me, all that God has done for me? What shall I, as a human, what shall I, as carnal, what shall I give unto the Lord? David said, I could sacrifice some cows, but that ain't enough. I could get some bulls, but that ain't enough. I could show up to Bible class early, but that ain't enough. I could come to Sunday school early and teach the lesson, but that ain't enough. I can preach messages, but that ain't enough. And finally David said, what I know what I'll do, I'll drink of the cup of my salvation. In other words, I won't just say thank you, I'll give my life unto the Lord for all that He has done for me. Oh man, He consecrates Him. But before He gets too deep, He says, look, I want you to make sure that you are mine. And at the cusp of 2019, there are many people that say, this is going to be my year. This my year, I'm coming out of it. This my year, I'm going to be free. This my year, I'm going to get all that the devil took back from me. And what God is saying, if you are not participating in your own season and what God is doing, you're going to be in the same spot at the end of 2019 that you were at the beginning of 2019. And look, this is what prosperity teaching doesn't teach you. It doesn't teach you that you have a part to play in the seasons of your life. You yourself have a part to play in the seasons in your life. Depending on how long you're going to be in the season or how long you're not going to be in the season, it goes to show that you have a part to play.
Yes, sir.
And at the beginning of 2019, God says, before we get too far in 2019. Brother.
Right.
God says, I need you to cut off some stuff. Before you name it and claim it, before you call it and haul it, before you do all this stuff you want, I need you to cut off some stuff before you get too far in 2019. Because see, some stuff that you take from 2018, where God wants to take you, is not going to make it over in 2019. It's kind of like coming out the bathroom and you got a piece of tissue hanging on your heel, and you come out the bathroom, you just walk in, you think you all fine. That's how they are spiritually. They come out, they come out there, they're walking, but they're bringing the past from 2018 into 2019, like coming out the bathroom with tissue on your heel, and thinking you all that on the name and claiming, calling and calling, and you dragging tissue all across the floor. God says you cannot take that stuff from 2018 into 2019. What does that look like in reality? Some of your friends you're going to have to cut off. Some of your cousins you're going to have to cut off. Some relationships that you know are not glorifying God, you're going to have to cut off. In other words, if there's anything in your life that does not glorify God or prepare you to where God wants to take you, you need to cut it off. 2019, it can be a year of growth. It can be a year of prosperity. It can be a year of change. But you have to participate in what God is doing in your life. Amen. Some people think that when you become a Christian, you say, Jesus, I want you to come into my heart, forgive me of my sins. And Jesus says, yes, my son, yes, my daughter. And then he gives you a lazy boy. He gives you a 75-inch screen TV with a remote. And he gives you a box of popcorn. And some people believe that being a Christian is simply just living the life that they want to live, doing what they want to do with no sacrifice. But the Lord simply says, that's not true. And he says the deeper that we go into 2019, he says, I need you to start cutting things away. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. But will it benefit you in the long run? Yes, it will. He tells them to make flint knives and to cut. And so just as Israel was required to cut a piece of meat from their flesh and body as a sign of being a part of the covenant with God, we too must remove things from our lives that stand in the way of the will of the Lord for our lives. If it does not glorify God, cut it off. If it does not edify the body of Christ, cut it off. If it does not help you grow, cut it off. Whether it be family member, friends in your circle, a desire that does not please God, we need to cut it off. Now, the real reason prosperity gospel is so popular is because it does not require sacrifice.
Amen.
And what that kind of preaching is cotton candy. It's popcorn with sugar on top. If you eat enough of that popcorn with that sugar, it starts to rot your teeth. And after it starts to rot your teeth, you won't be able to chew on real food. And after a while, not chewing on real food will stunt your growth. And you will find spiritually, you will be right where you were in at the end of 2019, excuse me, if we were in the beginning. We have a role to play in the seasons in our lives. Christianity is not a non-participatory type of thing. It's God giving us the privilege to partner with Him in what He wants to do in our lives. So God, He carried them. God, He confirmed them. And lastly, God, he carried them. God, he consecrated them. And then lastly, God, he confirms them. Look at verse number 8. It says, and it came to pass, when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole. Yes. And the Lord said unto Joshua, this day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from you. Wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgal until this day. And so they come across Jordan. God, he calls for them to be circumcised. Circumcised is not a painless type of thing. So they are now circumcised. They're in the midst of enemy territory. They just crossed over the Jordan. They have not yet taken over the land of Canaan. And God calls for them to be circumcised. And so before they can go any further, before they can do anything else, or take more of the land, they have to go to war. But they cannot go to war because they can't run. Not only can't run, they probably can't walk. And it's not like there was an abundance of a lead. Amen? And so what God has to do, God called for the circumcision, but the Bible here says in the 8th verse of the 5th chapter of Joshua that when everybody was circumcised, they had to sit there and wait until God brought about healing. And when you know you have a bad scar, and a bad cut, and that cut, when it's healed, it leaves a scar. And most of the time, that scar will remind you of the pain that you went through when you got the scar. And so what God is simply saying, he's saying that, look, I've healed you, I put a scar on you, and that should remind you as we go further into the enemy land that you are mine and I am yours. I will not leave you, I will not forsake you, and as long as you do what you're supposed to do, amen, I'm going to be right on your side. Nobody's going to beat you, nobody's going to take over you, nobody's going to capture you. You're going to be my people in this land. Look what we do. We get over into the land. We start experiencing greater grace. More mercy. And we forget that we've been circumcised. We forget whose we are. You say, how is that? Because the next chapter over, God says, look, I'm going to give you the victory. But I'm also going to teach you a tithing lesson. Tell me. When you go over there, and you go over to Jericho, he says, I'm giving you an unconventional strategy. I want you to walk around the wall one time a day. But on the last day, I want you to walk around there 7 times. Now, and I'm asking this question. Does anybody know how many times they walked around Jericho? Huh? All together. Huh? Huh? How many? 13 times. Thank you, Bishop. Amen. 13 times. Does anybody know how many miles it was around Jericho? 6 days, then 7. How many miles was it around Jericho? Okay, I'll give y'all homework. It was a lot of miles. In that 1 week, they had a lot of miles a day. And so God says, look, when I don't want you to say anything, but when the priests give the sound and blow the horn, I want you to shout and say, I want you to shout saying that the Lord has given us the city. Now everything in the city belongs to me. It's the first war we're going to have. All the spoils are going to come to me. God was trying to teach them tithing. There was one person in that group. One person whose heart was not circumcised. Who wanted to live his own. One person out of millions of people. He goes into that tent, Sister Laura. He see a fine smoking jacket. He see some slippers. He see a couple gold coins. And he sees some other stuff. And the Bible says that he takes that. And he goes and he buries it in a tent in the ground. Thinking that the Lord would not know. But I read somewhere somewhere it said that the eyes of the Lord go to and fro, beholding the good and the evil. And so to make a long story short, that one act of disobedience held up all of Israel's progress. Not only that, 36 men died. 36 men died because someone's heart was not circumcised. And so, saints, as we stand at the beginning of 2000, oh, you understand? Oh, Lord, but as we go and stand at the beginning of 2019, the Lord simply wants me to remind you that you have a participatory part, which means you have an active role in your own season of your own life. In other words, 2018, however bad it was, does not have to be that bad, and 2019 can be better. Why? Because God is looking for you to be a part of your own season. And so today, the Lord simply says, if you've heard this message, and you want to go into 2019 the right way, God says, come down to this altar. He says, give me a chance. Amen. Amen. He says, come down to this altar. Amen. Yes. Would there be another one? Yes. Would there be another one who's 2018? Yes. Who doesn't want to repeat a 2018 but wants to have a better 2019? God simply says, he said, if you would just cut it off, anything that gets in the way of me and your relationship, he says, cut it off. The friend is not worth it. The alcohol is not worth it. The relationship that you know you're not supposed to be in is not worth it. Oh, he says, I want to circumcise your heart. And I want you to know, and I want the world to know also, that you are mine. As we have a verse of song. prepared to lead 2018 and to walk into 2019. It is your servant's prayer, Father, that we all would take heed to Joshua chapter 5. I pray, Father God, that we would all allow you to circumcise our hearts, allowing us and even the world to know that we are not theirs, but we are yours. And Father, with circumcised hearts, I pray, Father God, that our attitude would be different. I pray, Father God, that our love would be different. I pray, Father God, that we would show love, that we would demonstrate love, the same love that you demonstrated for us on Calvary's cross. I pray, Father God, that we would be your ambassadors in 2019. That the things that you do for us and through us, Father, we won't be ashamed to tell the world that we are yours. And Father, that we live for you. I pray, Lord, for everyone that is at this altar. I pray, Father, that you would encourage them, that you would strengthen them, that you would be unto them all that they need you to be in the name of Jesus. Father, I pray special, and forgive me if I miss the name, Father, but I pray special for Michelle. I thank you, Father, for sending her here today. Father, we love you and we ask that you would accept this prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. something real quick. If you have your hymnals, your hymnals, turn to page 316 up in the view. You know I was going to do it. Man, we're going to sing Perfect, Perfect. Everybody in Zion Temple knows that that's my favorite. 318, I'm sorry, 18. I know the words. We'll sing this and then pronounce the doxology. Now, Father, as we leave this place, never from your presence, we ask, Father, that you would grace us with your love, that we'll be able to come back and tell of your goodness. And all God's people said,